The behavior section of our Google Analytics account can tell us a lot of information about how our website visitors are interacting with our site. And in this video, we're going to look at three of the key reports: the landing pages report, the all pages report, and the exit pages report, so that we can find some opportunities to optimize that website experience. So let's get started with the landing pages report. Now, a landing page is a page through which visitors enter your site. And you really want to make sure that the top landing page here is optimized to get people to come further into your site. And that could be to read a blog post, that could be to look at a product and add it to cart. But really you want to make sure that those landing pages that could be receiving up to 50% of how people are coming into your site, that they're actually guiding people to take an action and continue on into your site. And one of the best metrics that you can use to assess the performance of your landing pages is the bounce rate. And if we look at this site comparison tool here and compare these landing pages on a bounce rate, we can really have a look and see any of these landing pages that have a bounce rate that is much higher than the site average. Now, this is something of a red flag and something that we would want to improve. We get a significant amount of sessions to this page, and so we would really want to investigate this and see what might be wrong. If we click this open here, we might be able to actually see the page. This may be the case that this page is actually broken, and so that's something that we might want to fix. It would require a little bit more investigation, but that is something that we could easily fix so that the experience of people coming to our site for the first time is better and that we are really getting them to interact with our site further. Now let's move on to the all pages report. Now this shows us not only our landing pages, but all of the pages on our website, and a great way to assess the performance of these pages is to look once again at the site comparison tool, but this time to look at the average time on page. And this will really tell us where our website visitors are spending most of their time. Now, it will differ if it's an e-commerce site or a content site like a blog, but really here we can see that they're spending more time in this basket page, and it's 72% higher than the average for other pages on the website. So what we might like to do in this case is have a look at that page and see how we could speed up the process so they move to that order completed page. If this were a blog post, we might say, well, they're spending a lot more time on this page. That means they're spending more time reading it, and perhaps we could create more content like that in order to keep them on the site longer or to continue reading. Now let's move on to our final report, which is the exit pages report. And this will really show us where our website visitors are leaving our site. And we really want to get visitors to stay on the site longer and maybe complete that order. So we want to plug these gaps so that they have a better experience. Now, once again, we can use the same site comparison tool, and this time we can look at the percentage of exits. So we can see which pages are responsible for more exits. Now, once again, we're looking for those pages that are higher than the site average. So we could look at these sites or these pages and really look to improve these. Now, order completed, it's probably very natural that they would leave the site after completing an order, but maybe for this page that could be improved. And the way that we can really optimize these pages is especially look at these pages that are performing well, that have a much lower percentage of the exits, and see what's happening on these pages, how they're laid out, and use some of the best practices there. Apply them to these pages that account for the largest amount of exits, and then we can reduce people exiting our site, and once again, guide them towards those goals that we want them to complete. So as you can see, the behavior reports in Google Analytics can give you a ton of information about how users are interacting with your site, and it gives you plenty of insights into things you can do to optimize that experience and guide them towards completing the goals that you want them to complete.